Britney Spears is once again making headlines, and this time, it's not about music, but about a night out that has fans deeply concerned. The pop icon, who's long been a symbol of independence and resilience, was seen Wednesday night leaving a restaurant near her Thousand Oaks home in what eyewitnesses describe as a troubling scene. Sources tell ET the 43-year-old singer appeared visibly unsteady during dinner, reportedly knocking over glasses and dropping personal items. At around 9:21 p.m., two bystanders were seen attempting to stop Britney from leaving and getting behind the wheel of her black BMW. Despite their efforts, she drove off. What followed was a 30-minute drive that eyewitnesses say raised serious concerns. Video obtained by ET shows Britney making what appears to be an illegal U-turn and weaving between lanes multiple times on her way home. As one source put it, she didn't seem okay. People were worried for her safety. Britney's apparent erratic night comes just one day after her ex-husband, Kevin Federline, released his bombshell memoir, You Thought You Knew, a tell-all that paints a deeply troubling portrait of their years together and the state of Britney's current relationship with their two sons. Last night, Federline sat down with Piers Morgan, opening up about what he calls a heartbreaking distance between Britney and their children, 19-year-old Sean Preston and 18-year-old Jaden. According to Kevin, both boys have chosen to distance themselves from their mother. He claims Jaden, the younger of the two, stopped visiting a few months ago due to what he described as an increasingly chaotic environment. Federline's book goes further, alleging that the boys were often frightened during overnight visits. In one chilling passage, he claims they would sometimes wake to find Britney standing silently in their doorway, watching them sleep at times, holding a kitchen knife. Other nights, he writes, they awoke to the sound of her screaming or breaking objects around the house. Those disturbing allegations have shaken fans and reignited debates about Britney's well-being, nearly 2 years after she was freed from her long and controversial conservatorship. Federline's comments and the book itself have drawn intense criticism online, with many accusing him of exploiting Britney's struggles for profit. In response, Britney fired back on social media, calling the claims manipulative, gaslighting, and a desperate attempt to cash in on her name. She reportedly wrote, I've survived things most people couldn't imagine. To see lies like this after all these years is heartbreaking. Still, Federline insists his motives are rooted in concern. During his interview, he said, I just wish their mom would get help. I'm not here to expose her, but it's 10 times worse than what I put in the book. Britney's relationship with Sean and Jaden has long been a complicated one. In her 2023 memoir, The Woman in Me, she spoke openly about the guilt she felt as a young mother under public scrutiny, writing, I loved being a mom. I still do, but I was so controlled, so judged, I could barely breathe. The pop superstar, once celebrated as the face of early 2000s pop culture, has spent the past few years trying to reclaim her life on her own terms. But those close to her say the transition hasn't been easy since the conservatorship ended. Britney has largely lived out of the spotlight, sharing cryptic social media posts and dance videos that often spark concern among fans. Insiders tell ET that those who care about her have been growing increasingly alarmed in recent months. One longtime associate says, she's fiercely independent, but she's also isolated. When people try to help, she sees it as an attack. Britney's recent posts have alternated between joy and chaos. Photos of sunlit beaches one day, emotional rants the next. Friends say she's determined to prove she doesn't need supervision or control. But after Wednesday's night out, that determination may be colliding with reality. A source close to the singer says, Britney doesn't believe she needs help. She thinks she's being watched, judged, and misunderstood all over again. For many, the scene on Wednesday was hauntingly familiar, echoing moments from 2007, when paparazzi captured the pop star's public breakdown that led to the conservatorship in the first place. But this time, there's no legal safety net. Britney is fully in charge of her life, her finances, and her decisions. That freedom, something she fought for so passionately, may now be both her greatest victory and her greatest vulnerability. Meanwhile, Kevin Federline is standing by his story. He says he didn't release the memoir to shame Britney, but to set the record straight about his side of their tumultuous relationship. Still, Critics note the book's release timing just as Britney's new music teaser was rumored to drop raises. Eyebrows Federline's remarks have only deepened the tension. In his words, "She's not the person people think she is. I just hope she finds peace before something tragic happens." For now, Britney has not commented publicly beyond her initial response. She's reportedly back home in Thousand Oaks, where security guards were seen stationed outside her gated property late Thursday. Sources tell ET that her inner circle, including her longtime manager and a few close friends, have been quietly encouraging her to seek professional support. But whether she agrees remains uncertain. As one insider put it, Britney doesn't trust anyone right now. She feels betrayed by people she thought loved her. It's heartbreaking. For fans, Britney's story has always been one of survival. A reminder that behind the fame, the fortune, and the spotlight, she's still fighting for something simple: peace, privacy, and the chance to be understood.